Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at something a little different than my normal style, but her new album just recently came out, March 21st, I believe, if I double check it. Yeah, March 21st. This is Japanese Breakfast, with her album For Melancholy Brunettes and Sad Women. We are going to be taking a look at the most streamed song from this album called Orlando in Love. You know, I've heard this name out there a lot of times, but I have yet to kind of listen to, a song by them. I think I've heard a couple of their songs if I just quickly skim through their discography, but again, I am very, very new to her music. I know it's very mellow and very, somber. It obviously has more elements than that. It's not like just piano, because, you know, yeah, I've heard a song off of Jubilee. I think it was Be Sweet, but I don't exactly remember. But yeah, Japanese Breakfast came out with a new album, and again, I'm my expectations for this album are that it's going to be very, very soft, and I'm ready for a listen. That's not typically what I listen to, so I just kind of have to mentally prepare myself. I have to focus a little more. It sounds crazy, but like it has to be something I focus on, or else I just kind of tune out. But again, if I kind of really pay attention, I can dig out little parts. So really excited for what this will sound like. As I kind of need to dive more into more mellow-ish music that isn't so production heavy. So I'm just guessing that this is what it's going to sound like. I don't exactly want to guess what the album sounds like, but this is what I've at least heard. So let's take a look at this song, Orlando in Love, and then I will eventually review this whole album once I listen to it incomplete. All of these albums here on my left, I have either finished listening to, or in the process of listening, so I can review it. So let's listen to this song. Only 2 minutes and 25 seconds, but yeah, very new to Japanese Breakfast. So let's see kind of what this kind of sound is like.
Orlando in love, write 69 cantos for melancholy brunettes and
Very nice voice.
sad women.
Whoa.
Breeze carrying songs and sipping milky broth. He cast his gaze towards the sea out
glad that was short. That was really nice. Oh, if that was just a second, like, not a second longer. If that was just like a minute or so longer, I feel like I could have gotten more into that. That felt almost like an interlude to kind of like introduce yourself to the album, and then this is where the album kind of fully starts. That's what it sounded like to me. But that was beautiful, but I feel like we were just getting started there with the song. Wow. So many cool elements in there, and nothing like, nothing like produced, like it sounded like authentic, the use of the strings and like the whatever drum was in there. It sounded so real. The vocals were incredible, but again, another chorus or another great finish. Oh, too short in my opinion. Too short in my opinion, but I understand because it feels like an interlude. Overall, one of the thoughts that I also have is this feels like a very wintry album. Like it feels like it's a cold, kind of snowy, November, December-ish kind of. That's the kind of time to be listening to this. At least that's what I got with the imagery, the song titles, the sound of this first song. But I mean, I love that first song. I was just kind of getting into my element there, but some of these song lengths are pretty good. So if anything like that first song is if the rest of the album is similar to that first song we just heard, then we're in for a good listen. So yeah, that was basically my first introduction, especially in this new era. It's been a while since I listened to Japanese Breakfast. Wow. It's a good song. I'm going to need a second listen just to kind of, focus my brain into what I just heard. But, like, so many intricate elements and nothing, like, sounded like it was electronically produced, which I feel like we're digging into so much now these days. Not necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of cool things that can come with that. But also, like, it's good to get a break from, like, electronically produced and, like, computerized produced kind of tracks. And this is, out of all the kind of big releases that at least I'm aware of, I'm kind of in that pop sphere. So out of all the ones that I'm aware of, this one is definitely a lot different. But, I'm open to this, and I like the direction of this. Very, very cool. I know this is kind of Japanese breakfasts. How do you say that? I don't know. This is kind of their forte with the kind of melancholy and sad songs. But, yeah, that was... I thought that was just getting started. But, yeah, if you are, a fan of Japanese Breakfast and you're watching this video, please submit songs from the rest of their discography. Because I'm always wanting to check out new stuff, not just from new albums, but like from albums long in the past that I'm never gonna have a chance to look at those albums because I mainly focus on the newer stuff, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, good introduction for this album, and really excited to review it in the future. Let me know what you guys think about this song. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be expecting a review within, I'd say a week, because I know I am busy at certain times, so I need to review all of these albums that I'm listening to, but be on the lookout. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.